So, let's move on to hunting. Well, when you end up in a situation where you are now out of canned goods and bottled water and stuff, one thing you want to have is going to be something to hunt with. Now, people are going to say, well, why don't you just use your 9mm or your 22? Well, I could do that, but I'm wasting a lot of ammo. This is a pellet gun. Break barrel pellet gun. Pellets, this is a 177 barrel in here. I have a 22 for it as well. Pellet guns are excellent, guys. You can kill rabbits, squirrels, raccoons, birds, all kinds of things with it without having to waste a whole lot. You see a deer, it's worth wasting a shot of your 9mm or something. It's going to be worth it. But for smaller things, why waste the ammo? Use a pellet gun. The only problem I have with these pellet guns, big. This is a big and bulky one. This is a wonderful pellet gun. It shoots over 1,000 feet per second, or at least 1,000 feet per second. I can't tell you how many squirrels I've killed and eaten because I had this gun. Rabbits as well, and so far only one raccoon, but maybe some more in the future. I'm not real crazy about raccoon meat, but I guess in zombie apocalypse, beggars can't be choosers. So, not a bad gun to have. It's quick and easy to load. So it's definitely a good and effective weapon, but once again, it's big and bulky. So let me move on to the other one that I would recommend having. It has a ton of plastic on it, and it takes pumping. But this is a very, very lightweight pellet gun. It's pellet and BBs. BBs are not really going to be useful in hunting animals unless you are literally standing right over them. But a pellet gun like this will work. It's very easy to use. I could throw a strap on this real quick, throw it over my shoulder, and I barely notice the weight. So it'd be good for hunting. But that would be about it. So, like I said, the beauty of the pellet guns, you save a lot on ammo. The downside of them, you can only get animals that are so big. This shoots a little over 600 feet per second at full power, which unfortunately you do got to pump. Full power, which is about 10 pumps, shoots about 600 feet per second. 7 or 8 will kill a squirrel at a reasonable distance. I say probably the longest shot that I've made that killed a squirrel was probably only about 30 yards away with a gun like this. It's not a real big shot. Obviously, the other one I showed you is going to kill him from a much further distance. But this will still be effective. 30 yards is reasonable if you're just trying to get a squirrel. There is, and we come down to the last thing to have, is a bow. This is absolutely the most standard bow you can get without making yours out of sticks and string. There is absolutely nothing special about this bow that makes it worth anything more than killing hogs and maybe deer if you can get a good enough shot on them. But a bow like this, the best thing about it is that it is easy to disassemble. I can just go ahead and show you guys real quick. Just take off the string, and then you can take it apart. You can take it all the way apart, back, bottom, take them all off, and then you've got yourself a very compact weapon that can fit in a bag very easily. So it has that one benefit to it, but that unfortunately is all that it has. So it's a good weapon to have if you're just looking to have an extra hunting tool. But if you're actually wanting something to protect you against zombies, unless you're an excellent shot with a standard bow, I wouldn't use it. I'd use a crossbow, which is another weapon to have that would be very effective and wonderful to have because you can get your ammo back. For the most part, at least I hope so. But let's talk about the last bits of surviving the zombie apocalypse. Let's talk about water. it's going to be safe to assume that water bottles and things like that are going to run low pretty quick. If you live on a farm, or if you have been smart with how you have invested in the home you have now, you might have a well. Once again, beautiful thing to have a well. You get nice, clean, fresh water. And if you wanted to be extra careful, you could always put it through a filter, but well water is probably going to do you just fine. The one thing I would recommend for a lot of people to have is to get a Hiker water filter. I do not have one, guys. I know I am do as I say, not as I do, because those things are incredible. My brother-in-law does have one, and I've seen it in action, and they work wonders. You pump the water through it, and make sure you get a decent one. If it's anything under $100, you probably could start questioning it. I've heard of a couple that are about $70, $80 that I've heard were pretty effective. So, but I've never tried them personally myself. But if you're getting one that's about $100 or more, you're probably getting a pretty decent one. But do some research on it first, since as of right now you still have the internet, and we hope that stays the fact for a while anyway. But get a water filter. And I've heard that these water filters can pump several hundred gallons before you have to change the filter out. And I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't done enough research on it, but I have heard about water filters that you can actually take them apart, clean them yourself, and put them back together. So if that's the case, then hey, that'd be awesome. But anyway, so these are basic skills to survive the zombie apocalypse. I know I've kind of turned this into a over 20-minute video. The one thing I realized I didn't talk about that I really probably should, because people are going to be questioning it and wondering why I don't carry a rifle, like a shotgun or something like that. You know, everyone says that a shotgun is the main zombie weapon, but the fact is, you shoot a zombie with a shotgun in the gut, you're going to knock him down for a couple of seconds. That's about what you've accomplished. You shoot him in the head, you're going to kill him. You shoot him in the head, you're going to kill him. Well, last time I checked, that was a lot smaller, more lightweight than a shotgun shell. My own personal opinion there, for any of you who care. Why would you carry something that is going to hold 10, 12 rounds at best if you've got a good shotgun? I mean, a shotgun shell is, the size of it is 5 of these. I mean, why would you carry around so much extra weight? And you're not just talking about the bullets, we're talking about the gun too. The gun is going to weigh a heck of a lot more than a handgun, and then you're also talking about the extra weight of the bullets, which will weigh you down pretty stinking quick. So that's my own personal opinion why I don't carry rifles, and the same goes for all other rifles. I don't carry a 30-06. Maybe I'll have a 22 if all things go to hell and I need something to hunt with and I'm getting desperate, maybe fine. But having a shotgun, something that's so limited on ammo, that is not really going to do anything more effectively for me. The only thing I can have with it is that once I run out of ammo, I can still hit them with it a lot more effective than I could with this or with this. We're still talking about running out of ammo. I mean, I feel like I can't stress that enough. You know, you carry a couple of good 9mm or 45s or 40s on you or something like that, which personally I recommend the 9mm. They're generally a little bit smaller. Once again, you're talking about lighter weight bullets and still very effective. The reason why I would make this my main weapon as far as guns go is because of how many bullets I can carry. And I can actually get an extended magazine which will allow me to carry 30 bullets a piece. So for those of you out there saying, well, you know, you can get mags that you can carry 30-something bullets a piece, well, so can I. The only difference is you can kill yours at a little bit further range, but the thing is, if it's far enough to where you have to shoot it with a rifle, it's probably not a serious threat at the moment. So I know that, you know, walking around with a rifle is very threatening and makes you look really cool, but a zombie doesn't give a crap whether you look cool or not. He's still going to eat your face. So you're not going to intimidate them with that. You're not going to intimidate them with a handgun, but a handgun is lighter, easier to use at close range. If you get swarmed and one of them knocks you down, how easily are you going to be able to take that rifle, shove it into his mouth, and pull the trigger? I'm going to be able to do it pretty easy with a handgun. Rifle's not going to really be the weapon of choice, and if you're getting knocked down, why would I want to be digging through my holster trying to pull out my handgun, which I'm sure all of you who have a rifle would be using one, but why would I want to be digging through my holster? My handgun's going to be my hand because that's my weapon of choice. And if you want, carry two of them at the same time. What do you care? I mean, if you got extended mags on both, you're carrying 60 rounds in just your first set. You take out 60 zombies. That's just my personal opinion. Less weight, you're going to get the same result out of it unless you're just trying to knock them down. But you want to kill the zombies, use rounds that are easier to carry. So that's my own personal opinion. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys just a quick the layout of what I've got here and what I would really use. This is I'm going to show you what I would take with me the day all this stuff went to hell. Let me go ahead and show you just quick, and these are my weapons. This is my survival stuff. We're not talking about water and food and stuff. I'm just going to show you my survival stuff. Let's go ahead and move this right here. This is what we're looking at right here, guys. Go ahead and move this over here, and we lost that on the ground. Show you guys. Let's just slide that on in there. Alright, this is what we were looking at. Not a ton of stuff. You're not carrying a whole lot. And if I want to, about right here, I'm going to be dropping a box of rounds for the 22, and right above it is going to be a box of rounds for the 9mm. So you're looking at stuff that all of this could easily. You're talking about these things going in holsters. That as well. This being on my belt, and you're talking about those three things, these two in a backpack, and then that carried on my side. So we're talking about pretty easy stuff here. This is, you know, maybe 10, 12 pounds worth of equipment. So that's, guys, just my own personal preference. Once again, I know everyone's going to have their own, but you know, I personally, I don't understand why you need to overload yourself. You see these guys that they make these videos and they're showing you, and what they're doing is they're showing you their gun collection. They're showing you the 40 or 50 guns that they've collected and how they'd use them and utilize them. But the fact is, they're not going to carry that effectively. You're looking at running with an extra 100 pounds on you, and you're not going to last long. But yes, I will give those guys, for those of you who out there who are the type of guy who has all of these weapons prepped and ready to go, I will give you this. If you are hunkered down, you got your place on lockdown, and there is no way they can break in, and you are just standing out there and killing zombies all day long, you're going to be doing a heck of a lot more effective job than I will. Absolutely. Mine is if you are on the move, on the go, or just trying to stay alive. I'm not out there to clear the whole planet of zombies, at least until I get hunkered down. So anyway, guys, this is just my own personal take on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. So you need standard weapons. Keep them close. Keep them small. Keep your things. Keep your backpack light. Make sure you have a water filter. Make sure you have water bottles or anything like that you want to carry with you. You need to have some food. And whenever I say water bottles, either the reusable Sub-Zero ones that you can get, or just a couple of plastic water bottles that you can fill up and reuse again. A canteen, something like that. Whatever you need to use, make sure you stay hydrated, and just really, in my mind, keep on the move until you can find something to hunker down in. So, anyway, alright guys, well this is my take on it. So, if you guys have any questions or comments or whatever, just let me know. Alright guys.